Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is not financial advice, and it's for entertainment purposes only. So if you're entertained, please like and subscribe, and let's talk about this terrible mistake I made. So I clicked into this video, and when I first saw this thumbnail, I thought, oh, the S&P 500 lost 25% of its value. That's easy. You just buy UPRO. But I knew that since Professor G is a legitimate financial person on the internet, that would not be his advice. But I was curious to see what he would actually recommend, which, spoiler, it's his modernized three-fund portfolio, SCHD, SCHG, and VU. So that was not a terrible video to watch. I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. But because I clicked into this and YouTube thought that I really liked to be emotionally manipulated, and now I am inundated with videos about how there's going to be a next market crash, how where everything is going to go down, and what are the worst case scenarios and how to hedge your portfolio. Every video in my feed is about that, it seems like. So, and I don't really appreciate it. I know that there is something like a curiosity gap where when you see a thumbnail and you get curious, and that is what invites people in to entices people to come in and watch your video. But my personal opinion on this is the markets will eventually crash and go down. But if the reasons are well known enough that people are making YouTube videos about it ahead of time, that's probably been priced into the market. And so the reasons for the crash will be different than what the gurus are telling you anyway. So the best that we can do, and this is the real advice, would be research your investments before you put in a single dollar into the marketplace. That way, when there's a crash, you get excited for the buying opportunity. But once that 5% of that you have resting in cash in the market, just turn off the internet for the day. Just go about your day, keep checking the news, and say, just don't go into your portfolio until it's recovered. Don't sell anything in a market crash. That is not the time to be rebalancing. It's not the time to be getting out of things. If you have done your research and you have conviction on what you're invested in, there is no reason to sell, but there's every reason to buy. So that would be the real advice. So that there's a little bit of a chasm between what the good advice is and what I am going to do. So here's what I'm actually going to do if there is a big market crash. And it really is going to be either buy UPRO or TQQQ. And the reason for that, first of all, the first thing I'm going to do if I wake up on a Monday morning, everything's still going great, the birds are singing, but I open up Robinhood and the S&P 500 is already down 8% today, I'm going to go look at the news. I'm going to go onto Reddit. I'm going to go to as many sources as I can to read about why the market is down today. Because if it's financials, it would make more sense to go into UPRO. And if it is the tech sector, it would make more sense to either go into FNGU or TQQQ or NVDL, depending on what is falling. Because with leveraged ETFs, these ones are 3 times. So it works both ways, but it's usually not exactly 3x. It's usually just a little bit less, but still. The S&P 500 goes down 25%. UPRO just went down 70%. So when there's been a big wipeout like that, that is actually a really good time to get into these triple leveraged ETFs. It gives them way more room for you to make more profits. And I'm not saying have cash sitting aside just for this, but if you happen to have money and the market happens to go down next month 25%, then just I'm keeping an eye out for these leveraged ETFs because I have done the research into them. I have done some back testing. I understand the risks. It fits my risk tolerance. I don't think that I understand why nobody on the internet is recommending it because this is a very highly personal choice and it's very, very risky. So if you don't understand the risk and you just blindly go into UPRO and then all of a sudden it loses 90% of its value, you're going to be very angry at whoever recommended that to you. So that's just what I would be doing in this instance. I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen this upcoming week, but hopefully the worst is that it's just a flash crash and then we go on to get our Santa rally. And then from there, I can let you know what my plans are, but I have actually upgraded my option level on Robinhood today because I am not really one to just sit here and take, you're going to experience a market crash. Just like, I'm not one to just sit here and take it. I want to be proactive and try to get my portfolio in a better place so that it is more diversified and more resilient for a market crash. Because right now I'm like more than 50% into Bitcoin, which is fine. I like Bitcoin. I personally believe that we have not reached the pinnacle of this cycle yet. So when we do that, I will be getting out of most of my Bitcoin related things and have a more normal portfolio. But in the meantime, things are a little bit wonky. I have a lot of risk, but it's also money that I was going to pay to sell my condo, but that didn't happen. It's money that I took out of Ethereum, so it was already in crypto. It's money that, it's from my 401k. So I know that I'm not a financial expert and that I'm playing a very dangerous game, but I understand my risks. And when it comes time, maybe we can do a little postmortem and I can tell you why what I did was a bad financial decision. But hopefully, so I actually haven't bought to close any of my positions. Well, okay, so what actually happened, if you didn't watch the other video, Misty got downgraded with the margin, so it was a 35% margin maintenance, but now it's 60% margin maintenance, and I still have my call options out, so I would rather be at a 50% margin utilized than 25%, or have 25% buffer, but I'm just going to let those hopefully expire worthless, and then for December, I will adjust the amount of margin that I have taken out so that I have that 50% margin buffer. My portfolio has room to shrink and me not get a margin call. And then in December, we can, or whenever Bitcoin does its big bull run and I can take my profits, then I will share with you what like my more conservative portfolio will look like for the next couple of years. So that's where I'm standing right now. If you can recommend some YouTubers that are focused on finance but are not doom and gloom, I would really love to be able to watch some of these people and get my YouTube algorithm to a place where not everything is trying to make me anxious about the future, and so that I can continue my education on these things without feeling like I'm getting emotionally manipulated. So anyways, let me know what your plans are for the crash, and I will talk to you later. Bye.